Hey guys, welcome back to my Let's Play Sepia Tears. I was not actually expecting to get in a video today because it's Saturday, and anyway, I'm gonna hurry up. So, last where we left off is Mark just got to school after skipping with Myra. I'm trying to remember the name. Anyway, that's where we left off. A few minutes after the morning bell finishes its chime, the teacher walks in and my first class begins. He's late and he still managed to catch his first class. How? Well, I'm on time. Either that or he's 10 minutes late. I sigh audibly and slouch in my chair. Lillian. Of course. She'll be here, won't she? And after everything that happened before, I'm not sure what to say to her. Uh-oh, looks like the class is beginning. Guess I'd better try to pay attention today. The key word being try. Lunch arrives before I realize it. Yeah, this whole paying attention thing doesn't really suit me. More importantly, I've got to track down Ren and Lucas to ask about what they were doing the other day. Do you understand now? This is why the ratio is so important. I see. This isn't the first time I've said this, but you're a strange guy. Lillian and Lucas are in our usual spot, talking about something. I can hear them from where I'm standing, but they can't see me. What? I'm not eavesdropping. I'm just checking my watch. Extremely slowly. It might sound strange to you, but it's a key element of character design. How do you expect to learn to draw if you can't look at things from the perspective of the fan? Well, this was just your impromptu idea. That's not the point. Information like this comes in handy everywhere in life. I'd like to know even a single place where that might come in handy. That's an insignificant detail. Just don't forget. 4, 1. Wait. What? 4, 1, 2. What? Oh, whatever. I don't care. It's a necessity. Are you talking about like boob size or something? I might regret asking this, but do you really find these things that interesting? But of course, to the vital aspect of my existence. And you're not ashamed at all to talk about it. Not in the slightest. Not even to a girl? Well, maybe a little, but I have no need to admit that to you. But you just admitted it to her. Okay. You weren't planning on saying that, were you? A cunning mastermind such as myself makes no mistakes. She's like, But occasionally a slip of the tongue does occur. Something strange. I'm not sure what, but you're a strange guy. And I'm not interested in ordinary humans, so I have no complaints. Lillian laughs in reaction, but it's not the same way you laugh at a sitcom on TV or a bad pun. You're far more transparent than you think. Has anyone ever told you that? Not in recent memory. Damn it, something's not right. You create an identity by pretending to push reality away. But really, you're just... Sorry, I'm late. I barged into the hall. I had to talk to one of my teachers at the class. What have you guys been up to? Well, I was just telling Lillian about the ideal ratio of... Never mind that. What have you been doing, Lillian? My only normal friend here. Just the usual. Then let's eat. They eat lunch a lot, or at least we get to see that a lot. I don't see how it's important. Okay. Studying makes me hungry. I take out my lunch with more vigor than necessary. So they whatever. The others seem to notice that something's off, but never mind. It's lunchtime. That's all. I think Lillian was about to like call out Lucas or something. But I remember something as our conversation continued. It's not a complete memory, but it's there somewhere. It happened by chance. Lucas's binder was left lying on the ground, and a small, brightly colored object stuck out from the front. It was a bookmark. It was a normal bookmark for the most part, crudely laminated with a plain design. The only notable thing about it was that I'd seen it before. It was lying in Lillian's drawer yesterday, tucked safely away. I keep telling myself that it's pointless, but I can't shake the feeling that this memory is somehow relevant. Did Lucas give it to her as a present? That might make sense, but then how does he have the same one? It could just be a coincidence, but I know it isn't. It's silly, though the thing I'm trying to remember is so irrelevant that I forgot it after only a year. And yet it must have been important to at least one person for it to be stored away so deliberately. Mark, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just... Alright, just making sure. Anyway, as I was saying... Lillian continues talking, but my mind is too clouded to make any sense of it. Hang on a moment. That isn't who I think it is it? I turn to look outside and my suspicion is proven correct. At first I had only seen one, but there are two figures out in the snow. One of them has every right to be there, although she should probably be sitting with us instead. As for the other... Sorry guys, but I'll be back in a moment. Watch my stuff. I spring to my feet and dash outside. Well, look who decided to show up. Gasping for breath, I catch them before they reach the entrance. That's what I should be telling you. What are you doing here? Nothing in particular. I was bored, so I decided to pay you a visit. At school, of all places? I did say I would come back, didn't I? This just proves that I'm not lying. That's beside the point. Only if you wanted to be. What? Do you even care about making sense anymore? Don't be mean, Oni-chan. Myra just bumped into me on the way to school and asked for directions. Then we started talking and she ended up following me here. She was just trying to be friendly. And you don't think that's even remotely creepy? More importantly, your sister seems to be quite an interesting person. Myra puts on a mysterious grin, as if she knows something she isn't supposed to know, and wants me to know that she knows it. Anyway, what are we idling around here for? Let's go grab something to eat. I already had lunch. I already have a lunch. That's okay, junk food tastes better. And I have friends to eat with. Don't you want to eat with your precious childhood friend? Well, who said you were my childhood friend? I did. Now let's go. Wait. Have fun. I have a feeling Ren and Myra already know each other, and so what exactly are these things? Just eat it. What's the worst that could happen? Get killed or get you poisoned? Yeah, I don't know. You could be trying to poison me. Why would I do something like that? I'm not sure why you do anything you do. Good point. Well, I guess you'll have to live in fear as long as I'm by your side. Sounds like a dream come true. Myra takes a bite out of the fish-shaped snack. These things creep me out. I'm not sure if I want to know what's inside them. I think I heard Ren talking about these ones. Something about a character that really liked them. Oh, and what happened? He said it out loud? Oh, I think she died. Oh, wow. That's disappointing. Well, maybe she came back to life or something. I don't know. It's not like that's relevant to anything. Yeah, guess not. That was an odd pause. Anyway, what are you waiting for? Surely you don't want to starve out here after voluntarily choosing to skip lunch. I guess in her world, voluntarily choosing means being physically dragged from one point to another. You won't know what it's like until you try it. Take a bite. Fine. Sweet. I know, isn't it great? It's not bad. See? She takes another bite, looking like a kid in a candy store. What are they eating? You're not difficult to please, are you? Are you implying something? No, I'm asking directly. That's not the point. Now, do you see how I feel when I talk to you? She devours the last of her snack to hide the fact that she's at loss for words. You look like you don't have a worry in the world. It must be nice. I don't have much to worry about in the first place, right? We can take as much time as we need. That smile. It makes me uncomfortable. Anyway, I'm just glad you weren't trying to poison me with this thing after all. I told you I wouldn't do something like that. The most I'd do is try to mess with your social life. Is that supposed to be comforting? You're easy to toy with. So Myra, if you don't want to tell me about yourself, then tell me about your past. The distant past, even. Why would you ask that all of a sudden? Well, you were talking to Rin, right? She must have asked something about you, and I don't think you could have waited your way around it. Oh, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. True. But still, you must have told her something, right? It's a little unfair that she knows more about you than I do. Myra pouts her chin on her fingers. Fair enough. So, where do you want me to start? Now that's a tricky one. I didn't even think she'd agree. Well, what about your life before high school? What were you doing before you met? You don't pull your punches, do you? She grins awkwardly, but continues on. I'm not sure if I told you this, but I was living in another country for years ago. It was from the end of junior high to the beginning of high school. Okay, now I'm curious. Feel free to stop talking when you want, but mind telling me how you ended up in another country? Well, it's a long story. I can wait. I know, but... She sighs audibly. I guess that's the end of that. It's alright, I understand. Sorry for prying. Oh no, there's no need to apologize. It's nice to see that you're being open with me. Shouldn't it be the other way around? You haven't told me much about yourself either. That's because you always seem to know all there is to know. And I can't argue with that. I smirk unconsciously. It's like I'm talking to an old friend. Well, it's up to you, but I don't think it's helping us grow closer if you don't tell me anything about yourself. I don't mean to hit a nerve, but you really want to know? Yeah, but like 2+ hours into this game, can tell us something. And when you put it that way, I'm not sure. If it's important to you, then I can talk. But only if you promise that you're not just doing it out of curiosity. I stare at her and regret sinks in. Sorry. No, I should apologize. It isn't like me to get this serious. You know, even though I haven't known you for long, I think we've talked enough for me to understand just a little bit about you. I know enough to say that you're not suited to being depressed. What does that mean? Hey, I'm still human. Humans are allowed to be depressed. Then how do you explain jumping off the roof and vanishing into the snow? Well, maybe I'm just a special human. A human that can teleport isn't a human. What, you shouldn't ruin a girl's dreams. Yep, she's definitely back to normal. You know, you're a lot more childish than I first thought. What, would you ever act like an elegant lady that lives in a mansion, drinks expensive tea every morning, and goes to prestigious all-girls high school? That was a very specific example. No, I'm not saying it as an insult. I just find it surprising. I think it's kind of nice that you act like this. It makes me feel like I can relate to you. You don't think you can relate to the refined type? Well, no, not really. And I don't think many of us can either. Maybe you're right. Well, That's okay. I'm far from refined, as you can see. Myra brushes her hair aside, and her dark expression with it. This is who I really am, anyway. Just an eccentric kid who enjoys a quiet night of reading. If that's how you put it, then I'm just a weak-willed slacker who would skip school right before exams to talk to a girl he barely knows. It's an odd combination. It's an odd combination, but I think it works. And that's all that matters. Come on, let's go. The day is still young. She walks up ahead, and for once, I willingly follow. It's not a combination, but I think it works. That phrase remained in my mind as the hours passed. Did you just skip school completely? I still remember Lillian's downcast eyes that studied the ripples in her mug of hot chocolate, but that memory is dueling with the strangely captivating performance that Myra is putting on. I can't explain it, but with Myra, it feels as if we've known each other for a really, really long time. But getting attached is dangerous. I check my watch. 2 p.m. School had long since started for the evening, so there's no chance of making it back. Congrats, Myra. You've successfully made me skip class. Really? She could cut you out. She's so confused. Okay. She pulls out an elegant pocket watch and checks the time. What time does lunch end again? 1 p.m. Well, if you want to head back, I guess it's alright. I know you're not exactly a top student, so I wouldn't want you failing on my account. Is she actually being considerate? Well, I probably should head back. But then you'd be all alone, wouldn't you? I suppose I would. I dragged you out of school for a reason, after all. So I like it if you stayed. So you were just offering to be polite? I guess you could say that. Somehow I'm not surprised. It's fine. I think this was a worthy sacrifice anyway. I mean, sacrifices are important sometimes. That's true. It's like the concept of risk-taking, isn't it? Think about it. No one likes feeling vulnerable, but in sacrificing the comfort of the status quo, you might get something more valuable than what you had before. I suppose that's right. It is, isn't it? But to be honest, that's the kind of thing that only works in economics textbooks. It's like when you buy a patty, but you're too afraid to take the first bite in case it's too hot. Yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to, isn't it? Humans are naturally afraid of burning their tongues. Yep. I know more about that than anyone else. Why do I get the feeling you mean that literally? Oh, you mean we weren't talking about food? Oh, he's like, oh my god. This city sure is a nice place in the winter, isn't it? Myra stretches out her arms and embraces the chilly wind. The sun is already sinking and her light hair is almost glowing. You're almost talking like you're new to the place. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I knew you'd say that. My hands are in my pockets, grudgingly hiding from the cold, but I unconsciously scratched the side of my face. Okay. It's always like this in the winter though. Even if the snow piles up in the parking lot by February, winter is known to be our most beautiful season. I can see why. It's refreshing. She takes in a deep breath and I feel compelled to do the same. Her cheeks turn red from the cold. That was when it hit me. You're not used to winter, are you? No. No, I guess I'm not. It doesn't even occur to me that I'm asking about her past. Well, to be honest, I spent the last few years of my life in a place with very mild winters. But I used to live here before, so it's not a major change. I guess you could say that it's nostalgic for me. If you don't mind my asking, why exactly did you leave the country? You don't have to answer, but it sounds like you really didn't want to go. I never had much of a life here. I was different as a child, too. I wasn't like you and your sister and your friends at school. I never had to worry about the problems that normal kids face, like homework and friendship and romance. There was nothing tying me to this place, so I left. But I guess that doesn't mean I was happy to go. Are you happy now? Sorry, I said too much, didn't I? I didn't mean to make you worry, but I never get to talk about myself, so... But to answer your question, yes, I'm happy now. I'm pretty sure. Then that's all that matters. Slowly, aimlessly, we move forward, footprints following us in the snow. Actually, I'm going to end it here and we'll pick this up again on Tuesday. But I'm glad that we are finally getting some info on Myra. And hopefully in the next conversation that they have like this, we'll see exactly what the connection is between the two of them. Instead of Mark just keep saying, oh, I feel like I've known her before, but like, some reason the only time he's getting some glimpses into his memories is when he's around Lillian, which kind of makes me more convinced about when I thought that Lillian and Myra are the same people, even though like now Myra appeared outside the school at the same time that Lillian was inside the school. I still feel like they're like part of the same person, or they're both connected to the event that he doesn't want to remember. But we hopefully, we'll find it out sometime next week, and hopefully maybe we'll be coming to the end of this Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you later.